from the historic Ham Building in St. Paul, it's the Haberdasher's Couch. I'm Kendrick, inviting you to the show, starring Heimie and featuring Todd Walker, also featuring Amye Scharlau. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Heimie.
Happy Fashion Friday. Welcome to another show, the Haberdasher's Couch, where you don't have to pay somebody to listen to you. The question is, the main question, Keith, is, should I buy custom or off the rack?
Well, now that you're kind of trimming down and everything, you have both options.
Don't you think that because custom has become more affordable, that it's very competitive with off the rack?
I think it is, but I think in some cases, if there's less stores, so if we curate things properly, it's kind of like six and one half dozen the other. But because we've been doing such a great job with our custom programs here at Heimie's, you have more options through the customs. You can have more fun, more fabrics, and because we get to do this, because we had an event last Thursday, and some of the folks that were here were talking about community. We get to sit and go over things. We get to talk to each other, and folks can come in and get that experience.
So custom. In some cases, you could say custom. If you're ready for custom, it could be a unique body style, a unique look. You have time to wait maybe 2-3 weeks for the garment to come in, right?
Like 4 weeks, but I think a lot of that is being able to be a part of the process for the client, for the customer, being able to come in and really understand a little of the nuances of it, and feeling the fabric, the days of bespoke, fabrics that
made for you.
Made for you. So there really are some exciting areas, men and women, that you can have some great options, and really where you look and you're a part of the process.
So a lot of the off the rack stuff in the last 5 years, because of manufacturers are willing to do more fit choices. If you're in a pinch, you got an event on Friday. Off the rack is a great option, not because we can tweak it, right? We can bring the hem up, we can tailor it, we can make it happen in a very short amount of time. But if you have time to wait, I can't stress enough how affordable and how competitive off the rack was.
It totally is. A lot of the areas that we use, a lot of the vendors that we use, have access to fantastic fabrics. When that was not as accessible before. So you're absolutely right. It's very, very competitive both ways, and that's what we do here to really get great value on beautiful garments. So that's one of the things that we're really encouraging our clients and people that walk into the store to think about, and I think it's not attainable. We don't want to have that moniker that we're not affordable or not attainable. And the great thing is, we care, or lack of a better word, you can be from all walks of life, and we make it happen for you.
Are guys planners?
Guys are planners.
They always get accused of not being planners.
Well, and particularly the guys that are thinking about programs that are custom, they're planners in other areas of their lives. So I think being a part of that process for them becomes a little bit more exciting, and then we get to kind of hear what their opinions are on things. And sometimes they come in with ideas. You can pull stuff up on the phone, and they can say, "Hey, I'm looking for something like that," and we're able to accommodate them in the process.
So by the time you take what you have existing in ready-made in your wardrobe, supplement it to go to an event, I'm telling you that the pricing for you could be at about the same amount of money if you give yourself a little bit of time in advance of the event and get yourself something that's just absolutely you.
Okay. So it's really it's a good question, and I'm extremely excited about offering great value and for a great product for both our men and women. And as the holiday season is approaching, it allows us to folks are going to a little bit more events and a little bit more things, and they can be prepared for that. And it evokes an emotion that really, it's a happy place to be.
Well, Keith, thanks for giving us some advice on when is the right time to buy custom. It could be any time.
Anytime.
All right, come on down to Heimie's and see what we have for fall fashions. We're going to have something special coming up in December, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for joining us.
About Town, Todd Walker, entertainment, travel, and more. Hey Todd, what's new?
Happy Friday. I'm here with Todd Walker, Todd About Town. He's back from his grand adventures. He's got, what do you call it, you got your sea legs back?
I got my sea legs. 15 days on the ocean is a long time, but yes.
That is a lot.
Montreal all the way around to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. That's a lot of coverage.
I call you the modern day Christopher Columbus. You know,
Well, we'll
of some sorts.
We'll chat about that.
Adventurer.
Yes.
But guess what's coming up, folks? It's right?
Yes.
Halloween. Starting at $39, you can go to Valley Fair for tricks and treats.
It's Tricks and Treats at Valley Fair. They do a whole Halloween spectacular with the rides, with the events for kids. It's a total child-friendly, family-friendly event. And, yeah, it's $39.
And is that at night?
Yeah,
it must be at night.
Yep, and
Yeah,
then there's
yep.
they do from child-friendly vibes for the little kids to spooky scares for the grown-up ghouls.
So for the schedule, we got to go to www.valleyfair.com.
Yep. But you go on there, take a look at it, and it's all about Halloween. So yeah, it's fun.
And spectacular Minnesota Zoo.
Well, it's called the Jack-O-Lantern Spectacular.
Yep.
It's a touring show. It's been coming here for, I'd say, I don't know, I've covered it for Fox in the past as well. And what they do is they have these designers come in and local designers they hire, and for weeks and weeks beforehand, they put together this pumpkin display that they do, like they hang them from trees, they have all these vignettes, and they always theme them to, like, you know, here they would do Prince
Right.
or whatever it should be, and now it's moved to the Minnesota Zoo. Some people might be familiar with the event. It was at the State Fairgrounds for a couple of years, and you get in your car, you drive through, or you walk down the trail, and you see all the different carved pumpkins, and it's a lot of fun.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is a pumpkin a gourd?
Sure.
Okay.
I think so. But
Okay.
this one runs through November 4th, and its tickets start at $15.95 and go up to $21.95.
So this doesn't have a start time on it either. So
Oh yeah, I mean you go in, you just with all these, well especially this one, you go in and you pick your start time. That's why there was no sense to put one on there.
okay.
So you go on if
Yeah.
you want to take the kids early, you pick your start time,
Right.
you make a reservation and you go.
yeah, if I take the kids, I want to be drinking wine by 5 o'clock. So
Why waiting so long?
yeah, right.
That's a little
Right.
ridiculous.
And then the I don't know what this
I have no
event is,
idea.
this Black Lagoon. I
have no idea. I brought it for us just to kibitz about a bit. It's
very good Yiddish.
Oh, thank
kibitz.
you. So it's at the Meteor Bar in Minneapolis,
Yeah.
and this is also a touring show. It's a pop-up at the Meteor Bar,
Right.
which is kind of a trendy place, and it's called the Black Lagoon. And so they put together creepy cocktails,
Okay.
and it's
Can we just say one creepy cocktail would be the Bloody Mary?
the Bloody Mary
on
sure,
Halloween.
sure.
Come on, folks.
Yeah, it's so
Yep.
they want Halloween costumes, and it's
The
they do
boil
whole thing.
Maker.
Oh wow!
God,
Okay,
we
you're
could
good.
go on.
You're good.
We could go
You're
on and
good.
on. And again, I have to say, the Mall of America has been doing a lot of events, but I still they create this fictional folklore around a story they created called the Onion Head.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
So Onion Head's Revenge.
Yeah.
And this is another one you go in and you pick your start time and then you just simply show up, and I looked through it, and there's the various start times if you want to go earlier in the day or late in the evening. And it's a fictional tale, and it's at the Mall of America, and it is a whole spooky story. And so you go in, and these tickets here are $39.95.
$39.95, folks. I'm throwing in the nickel.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
right. Come get it at Heimie's Haberdashery. And I am excited about this Trail of Terror and Phantom Feast at the Renaissance
Yeah, they
Festival.
do this. Jim Cunningham, who's been behind,
Yeah.
been part of the Renaissance Festival for a number of years. But this is Trail of Terror. So they set up a feast, and it's a whole show. It's a whole production, and you go and you get dinner, and you.
She's a leg of turkey in a mug.
And you know how much this one is?
And 90 smackers.
$90.
Yeah, that's right.
And so they said it's a phantom feast, and they have the ghost stories, and it's a whole performance. So think of it more of it like going to the theater for the night and getting dinner and a show.
Sure.
So that when you look at it that way, it's priced right. So it's not that bad.
And I didn't know that we have one of the longest running horror festivals here.
Yeah, I didn't
in the
either.
Twin Cities. I'm like, what?
I know. So this is at the Crane Theater in Northeast Minneapolis. It runs through the 29th, and you can buy a pass to go see all the different performances. And for the pass, it's $70, but there's a number of different shows. So it is a horror festival, and it's happening at the theater.
If you love spooks, scares, screams, and sadistic musicals, you should check this out.
Yeah. So these were some of the more outlandish ones I went out to find that maybe not everybody knows about.
Right.
There's a lot of the traditional community centers are doing different Halloween related type of activities.
You kind of got expensive taste.
But these are
even when it comes to horror, you're expensive. You know what I mean?
But I mean, I did. I looked at it and I thought, it used to be, milk duds in those little yellow boxes and a pillowcase, and you'd walk around and you came home with things.
Come on, I can even say it starts at Kmart for $9.95. I got a costume, right?
Yeah, it's changed, man.
Anyway.
But it is Halloween, and every one of that. I think this is the second. Spending wise, it's the second largest spending holiday, if I remember right.
Well,
so it's good, but
play it safe out there and take the kids out and trick or treat. Maybe check out some of these events. We'll see you next week.
Hello, this is Amye the Hypnotist here at beautiful Heimie's Haberdashery, and this is Coffee Talk. Happy Halloween, everyone. And as you know, my background is in theater. And over the years, I've been invited to create a bunch of different theatrical ghostly performances at historic houses across the United States. The most important factor, more than just throwing money into special effects, is the power of suggestion. If you just mention that you smell sort of a mysterious moldy smell, or if you mention that it feels chillier on this side of the room, people will start to buy into it. I've had entire rooms of people all focused on one cold spot that they thought was on a chair. Now, this was just the power of suggestion. I wasn't really blowing any refrigerated air or anything, and people really believed that there were some sort of other presence going on in the room. Even afterwards, when I would show people exactly how things worked with the fish line and things like that, they would argue with me and say that that they felt a presence and that it was absolutely true. Now, why do we love these creepy experiences anyways? Well, give somebody a little scare or a little start and they yelp or they scream and they immediately start laughing. That is a hit of dopamine. Storytellers have known this for years. We love to be startled, we love to be intrigued, we love to be surprised, and that is why we love Halloween. Now, all of this being said, and I was in control of everything that was going on with these ghostly theatrical performances, there was one house where every time I did a performance, I was trying to do a videotape of it, and every time I had them focus on one particular painting on the wall, the camera would stop. Every time. You could hear it just go click. There was no way to get video documentation of that painting. Now, was there a logical explanation for this? A scientific explanation? Probably, but you never can be sure. And that, my friends, is Coffee Talk.